Skyzoo is a young, up-and-coming artist on Duck Down Records right now, or his last album was put out on Duck Down. In the fall of 2009, Skyzoo released his debut album entitled The Salvation.
Live from the bottom, made it out alive, I survived from the bottom. But when pushing the ride, I don't slide on the bottom. Any part of the lane that's been a part of the game is in the heart of my name.
What's cool about Soundscape and what's really cool about Closed Sessions is that the other artists that are in here that just happen to show up. So when we got to Soundscape, Rhymefest was working on El Che with Michael Kolar, who's the chief engineer and owner of Soundscape. Skyzoo and Rhymefest just ended up hitting it off. I think those are two artists that are kind of also cut from the same cloth.
I had heard of Skyzoo before. Actually, when I was in New York, I was living in New York for a while, and Skyzoo's name was like heavy in the streets. People were talking about him, and he was making a name for himself.
Nah, he's dope, man. I mean, you know, if you know your history and you know the game and you know hip-hop, you know him and you know what he's about, what he does. So, you know, listening to the beats, first thing he said was, you know, I feel like every beat has to say something or mean something and has to, you know, tell a story on its own. And I'm like that as well.
I needed to meet him, you know what I mean? Because he has skills and, you know, it's only a few of us left. Like, it's only a few guys that really rap and really, like, still got the spirit to want to do this shit.
To a lot of people, Skyzoo represents a younger kid or someone in their mid-20s that is kind of carrying the torch of I guess, hip-hop's golden era.
Play the beats, the A beats, dog, the beats that motherfucking, when you hear that shit bang, stop going through. I'm sorry for being angry, but I gotta say it because no one else is gonna say it. Some of the beats that was being played before me and Skyzoo got the song that we did, it just sounded like motherfuckers having a pillow fight. Like, it just sounded like, that's what the drums sounded like. Drums, motherfucker drums. The shit shouldn't sound like two pillows hitting people in the face. So I wanted to let them know, man, you got a friend here that know what dope is, and you can say that ain't good, you know what I mean? And so it led us to the K Salam track. When we heard that, we just started bobbing our head, and I looked at him and he looked at me like, yeah, this the one. I was like, yeah, this the one.
Just had the knock. We was like, yo, this is dope. Like, you feel that bounce, a lot of pockets in it. So we started brainstorming, just throwing ideas back and forth. You know, I was playing with like the area code shit, like 718ers, 773ers, and you know how we up, the leaders of the leaders, 718ers, 773ers, you know how we
gonna do that. We
leaders
do
of
that.
the leaders.
We like 718ers, no 773, nah, 347, nah, 917. We can bond to the, you know what I'm saying? Just do all, nah, 708. I mean, cause you know how in Chicago you got like 773, 847, 31, 212.
Started really going on the, you know, New York, Chicago thing and just playing with that. And then that turned into area codes. I was like, yo, we should just do area code 773, 718, you know, mix it up.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Crack the code. Call it crack the code. Crack the code.
And he was like, crack the code. And I was like, yeah, that's dope. That's a dope title. So I cracked the code, and I cracked the code and started chanting. And I was like, yo, I think we got something. Like, I think that's a, you know, somewhere to start.
To the 917, to the 343. You know what I mean? Like, so you can do the Chi-Town one, and I can do the New York one.
He was like, yo, we should swap it. Like, you know, you talk about, you know, New York, I talk about Chicago, vice versa. You know, we should swap it out.
And it was kind of like, when you go into another city, you got to learn about that city. You got to crack the code. You got to be able to know where to go, where not to go, what to do, what not to do.
The whole concept is dope. You bringing somebody who's never been to Chicago out here for the first time, being the one to introduce him and making it like a series, like, that's dope. So I was like, yo, I got to get out there. Plus, I wanted to come to Chicago for a long time. So I was like, yo, here goes the opportunity. Let's do it, you know?
So we picked Skyzoo up from the airport.
It was around lunchtime by the time Ruben picked us up, so we went straight to Harold's on Milwaukee in Bucktown, and he finally got to try the infamous Harold's chicken. After we finished up at Harold's, the whole team, we went to Leaders 1354. We wanted to show Skyzoo, one of Chicago's top streetwear stores.
I actually don't know too much about the Chicago side of the fashion game. You know what I mean? Me being from New York, you know, that's what I know. So, but it's good being here. It's a dope store, for real.
So after Leaders, we took Skyzoo to another of Chicago's top streetwear boutiques called St. Alfred's. There, the St. Alfred's team treated Sky real nice. They ended up suiting him up with a couple of tees, a couple of fitteds. After they suited him up, we actually took Skyzoo to Bornwood Soul, Cuts and Kicks, our homie Mellow spot, where it's a barbershop / sneaker boutique.
Yeah, as far as show-wise and being in a new territory and trying to, make it mine, I think the good thing about it is that, my album is moving crazy, and I know there's gonna be people out here that know the album and that's fans of mine. It's not like, I never been here and I don't have anything out. Even though I never been here, my music is here.
Shot-town, what is it looking like? I need all y'all in the front over here. As I said, straight out.
I see how much love I get. The people at the show coming up and tell me, yo, you good here. Like, we love your joints. We love what you're doing. You good here, like, anytime. You know what I mean? So to get that love is dope. It's like certain other cities that I've been through where I get the same reception. So once I know that, I'm straight. I'll start popping up on a regular.
And if you don't got the album, it's in the back right now, so make sure you get it. 100, y'all.
Close sessions.
Give it what you gotta do, y'all.
Ruby Hornet, DJ RTC, Rhymefest, and SKYZOOs. 708 to the 847 to the 914. If you want it, then you reppin' it. I crack the code. I crack the code. I crack the code. I crack the code. Do or die, Pope Pimp, crucial conference smoke shit. L Shay scoping in, common sense poeting, food and liquor sketching it. Black Max peddling, driving down the block shit. Locked in, level 10, Yeezy going win for win. Twister on the triple shit. Got them where they riding, then they riding for the bottom and pushing that adrenaline. I see how that windy get, I see how they divvying. Me, I'm from NY, so I realize how they getting it.
Sean Bell caught shells, I'm a dude caught a few too. Come to my city, they beat the shit out of you. Jay-Z beat Kelly, Kanye beat 50. Guess we all even out. Skyzoo, you can ride with me. It's El Che and the return of the real. The art of war born, return of the field. We the last two cities to make every rapper return to their skill. And when you done, you can return to the ill. We get bitch from the 312 to the. Well, I participate with closed sessions because it's not only good for this city, it's good for hip hop in general. It's mobilizing the hip hop community. And so much more can happen through that. So many discussions can take place, whereas the underground can be as powerful as the so-called major labels. And I believe closed sessions is providing that opportunity.